take pink yarn. Crochet pig ears. Start with magic ring. Form magic ring. Here's another demo of the magic ring. Alright, in this video, I will teach you how to start a magic ring and crochet single crochets. First, hold the yarn end in your right hand. Wrap the yarn around your left hand. First, wrap the yarn around your pinky. Then, wrap it around your index finger from the front of your palm. Then form a loop around your middle finger. Hold the intersection with your thumb. Then use this method to start. Hold the hook with your right hand. Whether it is a magic ring start or a chain stitch start, we use this method to start. Insert the hook into the loop formed on your middle finger. Turn the hook from facing you to a vertical position. Pull the yarn through, forming a loop. Forming a loop on the hook, adjust to the appropriate height. Then yarn over again. Pull the yarn through the loop. This completes the foundation chain for the magic ring start. After making the foundation chain, begin the first round of crochet. The foundation chain for the magic ring is not counted in the total stitch count. It is only a foundation chain, the starting stitch of the crochet. It is not included in the stitch count of the round. Let's get back. First round, 6 single crochet. Chain 1. Here is another demo of chain stitch. Now I will demo how to crochet a chain stitch. Here, use a chain stitch as the foundation chain. First, make a chain stitch. A chain stitch is the foundation chain. If you are going to make single crochet, next, 1 chain stitch as the foundation chain is enough. If you need to make a half double crochet, you need to make 2 chain stitches as the foundation chain. For a double crochet, make 3 chain stitches. For a double crochet, as the foundation chain. Make 3 chain stitches as the foundation chain, and so on. The taller the stitch, the more chain stitches you need for the foundation chain. Three chain stitches are the foundation chain for a double crochet. A double crochet requires a yarn over. Insert the hook into the stitch and bring the yarn over. There are 3 loops on the hook. Pull the yarn through the first 2 loops. Then pull the yarn through the last 2 loops. A double crochet height requires 2 yarn overs. So you need to make 3 chain stitches as the foundation chain. Remove 3 chain stitches. Change to 2 chain stitches. This is the foundation chain for a half double crochet. For a half double crochet, yarn over. Insert the hook into the stitch. Bring the yarn out of the stitch. There are 3 loops on the hook. Pull the yarn through all 3 loops. Pull through all 3 loops at once. A half double crochet is shorter than a double crochet, but taller than a single crochet. So you need to make 2 chain stitches as the foundation chain. Now remove the loop and make a single crochet. A single crochet only needs 1 chain stitch as the foundation chain. Make 1 chain stitch. Let's get back. 1 single crochet. Here is another demo of single crochet. For a single crochet, bring the hook to the middle. Do not yarn over. Insert the hook into the stitch. Bring the yarn through with the hook. There are 2 loops on the hook. Pull the yarn through both loops. This is how to make a single crochet. Let's get back. Place stitch marker. Here is another demo of where to place a marker. When making single crochet, have double crochet and double crochet. They all form a V-shaped stitch when viewed from the side. The first stitch after the foundation chain is the first stitch of the round. If you can't find this stitch, place a marker after making the first stitch. Place a marker at the first stitch. Where to place the marker? Where to place the marker? The V-shaped stitch when viewed from the side. When crocheting, go through the entire V-shaped stitch. When placing the marker, also go through the entire V-shaped stitch. The V-shaped stitch when viewed from the side. Place the marker by going through the entire V-shaped stitch. Next time, use the first stitch. Insert at the marker position. This is how to find the first stitch and place a marker. You might wonder, after making the first stitch and forming the V-shape, there is actually another V-shape in front. Why is the first stitch the one with the marker, and not the previous V-shape? Before making the first single crochet, make a foundation chain first. The foundation chain is not counted in the total stitch count. The foundation chain and the slip stitch at the end of each round are not counted. At the end of each round, make a slip stitch. Then, for the second round, make a foundation chain. These 2 stitches are not counted. Start counting stitches from the first stitch after the foundation chain. So place the marker at the first stitch, and not at the V-shape from the slip stitch. Let's get back. 2 single crochet, 3 single crochet, 4, 5, 6. Tighten ring after 6. Join to first stitch. Here is another demo of split stitch. In this episode, we will learn how to make a slip stitch. Using the magic ring to start the piece. At the end of each round, make a slip stitch to join the last stitch to the first stitch, to connect the whole piece into a ring. After completing the stitch count for the first round. Now, let's make a slip stitch. First, find the first stitch of this round. The first stitch is marked with a stitch marker. This is the first stitch. To make a slip stitch, draw the loop to the middle of the hook. Use your right index finger to hold the loop. Insert the hook into the first stitch. Pass through the first stitch at the marked spot. When making a slip stitch, go through the V-shaped stitch. Penetrate the V-shaped stitch. Bring the yarn with the hook. Pull the yarn out through the first stitch. After pulling out, there are 2 loops on the hook. Bring the second loop onto the hook. Pull it through the original loop on the hook. Tighten the loop by repeatedly pulling. The slip stitch is completed. Connect the last stitch to the first stitch to form a circle. This is a slip stitch. Let's get back. Chain 1 after joining. Second round, 1 single crochet, 1 increase. Tuck yarn tail inside. 1 single crochet, place stitch marker. One increase. Increase, 2 single crochet in 1 stitch. Here is another demo of increase. In this video, I will teach you how to make an increase in single crochet. An increase in single crochet means making 1 single crochet, then adding another single crochet. It means adding 1 single crochet on the current basis. Making 2 stitches in 1 stitch is called an increase in single crochet. So how do you make an increase in single crochet? Normally, you make 1 stitch in 1 stitch. This is the regular way of crocheting. For an increase, you make 2 stitches in 1 stitch. This is called an increase. Making 2 single crochets in 1 stitch. This is an increase in single crochet. If it is an increase in double crochet, it means making 2 double crochets in 1 stitch. An increase means making 2 stitches in 1 stitch. Changing 1 stitch into 2 stitches. This is called an increase. Let me demonstrate again. Make 1 stitch in 1 stitch. Enter the same stitch again and make another stitch. This is called an increase. Making 2 stitches in 1 stitch is called an increase. 1 stitch in 1 stitch. This is the regular way of crocheting. Now we are making single crochet, 1 stitch in 1 stitch. Making 2 stitches in 1 stitch is called an increase. Let's get back. 1 single crochet. 1 increase. 1 single crochet. Join to first stitch. Third round. First, 1 single crochet. Cut yarn tail. Place stitch marker. One increase. Two single crochet. One increase. Two single crochet. One single crochet. Third round complete. Join here. Fourth round, 3 single crochet, 1 increase. Join to first stitch. Crochet 1 single crochet. Place stitch marker. 2, 3. Increase to single crochet in 1. Next set, 1, 2. Three. Increase. 1, 2, 3. Increase. Join to first stitch. Chain 1. 5th round, 15 even single crochet. First stitch. 2, 3, 4, 5. Thirteen, 14, 15. Stitch marker fell. Marker dropped here. Join to first stitch. Chain 1. 6th round, 1 single crochet, 1 decrease. Place stitch marker. You forgot earlier. 1 single crochet, 1 decrease. Repeat, 1 single crochet, 1 decrease. 5 sets total. 1 single crochet, 1 decrease. 1 single crochet, 1 decrease. 1 single crochet, 1 decrease. Join here. Chain 1 after joining. Cut yarn, leave long tail for sewing. First ear complete. Knit 2 ears. Crochet another. Same method for both ears. 6 single crochet in ring. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. At first stitch. Here is a demo of where to find the first stitch. Next, I will help you find the position for the first stitch of each round. It is easy to get this wrong. If you are not using slip stitches and foundation chains, but using the spiral method, you must place a stitch marker at the beginning of each round to help identify the first stitch. Like the way I crochet, each round ends with a slip stitch and begins with a foundation chain. When there are slip stitches and foundation chains, it is easier to find the first stitch of each round. Now I've made the first stitch of the second round. So where is the position for the first stitch of the second round? Someone might say, I've already made this stitch, so I will start here. If you start here, you are wrong. You are wrong. Why? Because the slip stitches and foundation chains at the end and beginning of each round are not counted in the stitch count. So each round must start with the first stitch. Why is this the first stitch? Because at the end of the previous round, you made a slip stitch. A slip stitch connects the last stitch of this round to the first stitch. So the stitch where you made the slip stitch is the first stitch. The position for the first stitch of the second round is where you made the slip stitch. See, it is this stitch. Start the first stitch of the second round in the same stitch as the slip stitch. If you can't find the first stitch at the beginning, you can mark it with a stitch marker after making the first stitch. Make a mark to help you find the first stitch of each round. Let's get back. Tighten ring. Join to first stitch. Chain 1. Second round, tuck yarn inside. 1 single crochet. Place stitch marker. 1 increase. 1 single crochet. 1 increase. 1 single crochet. 1 increase. Join. Third round, 1 single crochet. 1 increase. Then 2 single crochet. 2 more single crochet. 1 single crochet. Join to first stitch. Fourth round, 3 single crochet. 1 increase. First stitch. 2, 3, increase. Next set. 2, 3, increase. 1, 2, 3, increase. Join to first stitch. Fifth round, even stitches. 15, single crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 13, 14, 15. Join to first stitch. Chain 1. Sixth round, 1 single crochet. 1 decrease. 1 single crochet. 1 decrease. 1 single crochet. 1 decrease, 1 single crochet, 1 decrease, 1 single crochet, 1 decrease, 1 single crochet, 1 decrease. Join to first stitch. Chain 1. Leave long tail. Done, both ears complete.